Hi there, welcome back. I'm Melissa. Thank you so much for being here. I'm getting set up here and we're going to do a fun little video today. It's some pot ups, not necessarily repotting, but I have 4 plants that I'm going to do. I have a Maranta, a Alocasia, and then 2 Hoya. 3 of them are in stratum and 1 is in water. So we're going to do 2 in my Aroid mix and we're going to do 2 into pond. So I'm excited. There's some beautiful plants, so I'm really looking forward to this video. I have a nice cold Topo Chico, the blueberry hibiscus extract. It's sparkling water. I tried this a few weeks ago now and it's so good. I think I only have a couple cans left, so next time I'm at the grocery store, I'm gonna have to get more. It's from Kroger. It's so good. Before I set my camera up and we do some filming here, let me show you the 4 plants that we are working with. This is one of the plants. Look how gorgeous this plant is. I'm in love with her. In love. This is the Alocasia Pink Black Velvet Variegated. This one here is the newest leaf. She's got that big chunk of pink. Stunning, right? And this leaf was the one before that. That is all speckled. Seriously, so pretty. Isn't she gorgeous? I am gonna get a new leaf, I feel like, very soon, so that's why I want to go ahead and take care of her. We got her and she was in soil, and then I transferred her to stratum. She's been in stratum for a few weeks at least, and you can see there's a bunch of new roots that have formed. So we're gonna move her to semi-hydro. Seriously, just one of the most beautiful plants I think I've ever laid my eyes on. I love variegated plants, but there's just something about all the tones. I love white and mint on plants, and I don't really have many pink plants either, but just the combination of the pink and the white and the mint, and even like, let me see if you can, the back side too. It's so pretty and pink. Do you see that? Like right here. Gorgeous. I'm really excited to get her to semi-hydro. This one we are also doing in semi-hydro. This is my Variegated Maranta Cruciovana. This is actually all propagations and she's been in water for some time now. So many roots, I kept putting this off. I have the main plant of her that is mostly reverted. She's shooting in some new growth right now, but a lot of the new growth is still green. So what I did was I took some propagation, some of the ends that were more variegated, and some of the top growth is coming in with some nice variegation. But I feel like she's gonna be really happy in semi-hydro, so I can't wait to move her over. I still have not come across another one in the stores. I keep looking every time I go in. It's like the first thing on my radar, and like, is there gonna be a variegated Maranta today? Because I would really love one that's really variegated. But this new leaf is beautiful. Look at that one. That color there, isn't that pretty? I've seen them like with all white and pink even. Oh, I would love to have one. And the 2 Hoyas on the list today is this beauty here. This is the Variegated Hoya Polyneura. It's the outer variegated. I showed this recently too. It has some new leaves it's working on. And this is the new strand that's doing some cool half moons. So this is in stratum and it's drying out pretty quickly. I feel like it's getting kind of rooted in here. It's actually pretty dry, and this one is all the way dry and she is thirsty. I don't know if you can tell, but this leaf here is kind of wrinkly. Do you see it's wrinkling? It's just losing water. There's not much water storage left in the leaves, and it's very rooted in stratum. So this is overdue for an upsize. I feel like this Hoya is very thirsty in my experience so far. I haven't had it for too long, but it is drinking water pretty quickly. I did propagate this one already, but I'm not going to propagate the Polyneura yet because I want that one to grow more. But this one is the strand that I cut already. I don't know if it's rooted, so I'll check. And then from where I cut on this one, right here, this is a new node that has formed, and it has a couple little leaves here growing in. Right here, the new little leaves that are coming in there and there. So I really just wanted to keep this main one, and I'll probably end up propagating this some more, but since the leaves are so tiny, I don't want to cut this anymore yet. So I might leave this one in the stratum because I feel like this probably isn't as rooted as like the main vine. So we're gonna do these in my Aroid mix, and I also have some cute trellises that we're gonna put these on. I really love these two Hoyas. I have been on a Hoya kick again lately. I just saw all the silvery Hoyas. I don't know what it is, but I've been doing a search on Etsy and I don't know. I have a couple like I'm saving because I haven't pulled the trigger on them yet because I've already bought so many new plants. So I'm trying to like space it out. But I have just been obsessed with these kind of Hoyas lately. This one in the Polyneura is under the acrobar. It's right there in the dining room, like the tiny white one. And this one's actually turning some pink a little bit on the leaves. You can see some sun stressing there, which is really pretty. It's like almost like a purple. So that's the plan for today's video. If that sounds good to you, then I hope you keep watching. I'm gonna go ahead and get my camera set up and my potting mat and everything. And I think we'll do the pond ones first and then we'll save the Hoyas for second. All right, we are set up. I think I'm gonna start with this beautiful one here. And these are the planters that I was talking about that I use to start out in. So I just ordered another set of these online and they come in a 6-pack. I mentioned these in my pond video. If you haven't seen my pond video, I'll link it where I go into details about like my pond care and everything like that. And then I have a used one that I'm gonna use for the Maranta, but since she's special, she's getting the clean one. I was actually gonna film yesterday and do some upsizes of my pond, but I have to rent some more pond outside and I only have a little bit left, so I'm hoping it's enough for these 2 plants. I think it will be. But before I open that bag, I wanted to film my DIY. I didn't feel like filming that one. I wasn't like ready to film that one that day. That's our little meter, self-watering pot. So we're gonna plant into here. Oh, you know what? I always forget something whenever I sit down to film. I forgot like a little container to dump my stratum in. So let me get that and I'll be right back. Right, let's dump her out. She's so happy right now, so I hope she does okay. She should do fine going to pond. You guys can see okay. Yeah, no corms big enough to take off yet, unfortunately, but she's working on some healthy root system there. I filled this with water. I'm just gonna dunk her in here to rinse the rest of the stratum off. And I try to do like the least root disturbance because the more you mess with these roots, the more angry the plant can get. So yeah, see, I barely disturbed her. I have my thing of pond over here. This is all that we have rinsed. Nice little layer, and then let's see how we want her to fit. I kind of want this new leaf in the front like this a little bit, so I think I'm going to face her this way. And then I kind of just spread the roots out a little bit down in here. Just like that, and then we'll fill up. She looks so stinking cute. Oh my goodness, look how adorable she is, you guys. I mean, come on. I love my Alocasia Frydek variegated, but I don't know, you guys. This one is a close contender. I think these are definitely my top two Alocasia. So this water here, normally I go ahead and water straight away with my nutrient solution, but I'm actually going to be watering my Hoyas with something else. So this is just regular water. It's just filtered, and then I added the stress coat and pH. I didn't add any fertilizer this time. I'll be fertilizing her again in or adding water in here in like a week, so I'll add some nutrients in. Because this does have a little slow release, so the first water, it's okay. All right, gorgeous. Love her. Let's take a peek and see what's going on with Maranta. So this is another one it's used, so it's a little dirty. It's clean, like I washed it, but it's like stained from the pond and mineral deposits and everything. I honestly have no idea how many cuttings are in here. The water is like green from all the algae. Look at that root system. She has a pretty significant root system already. I honestly think I'll just take the bunch as is instead of trying to like separate this clump, because I feel like if I try to separate it again, I'm gonna cause some stress a little bit with messing with roots. They're just stained a little green, but that's okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna plant as is. I have a couple dead leaves here. I try and clean up the dead plant debris so that I'm not putting anything into the pond. That's a crispy one. Crispy. Let's see. Yeah, that looks good. Just a couple of dried leaves. And she's not super crispy. She's got some of the older leaves that are a little bit crispy. I'm gonna take my shears and just clean some of that up a little bit. Crisping is very normal. I get crisping still all the time. I feel like some are a little more sensitive than others. Yeah, that looks good. That looks perfect. All right, honestly, exact same thing. Transfers are so easy. I would say, like, obviously a root system like this is going to take to this very well because there is a significant amount of roots. So I would also keep that in mind too on the plant that you're putting into pond is if it doesn't have much of a root system yet, it might have just a little bit of a harder time, but yeah, something like this isn't going to shock at all. It shouldn't. If it's coming from like water or stratum. So again, just kind of spreading it out a little bit, just like fanning it out over top. I have to fold these leaves up a little bit. Okay, got her kind of sat down in there. So all the roots are kind of at the pond level. I was worried I wouldn't have enough pond, but honestly, I could probably do one more. And just like that, she is moved to pond. She looks so cute. Oh, I hope she loves it. If she grows beautifully for me, like she's been with me for a very long time. I got this Variegated Maranta, I believe in 21. I'm trying to think where I found her at. I honestly think I did find her at like Walmart or somewhere. And she was growing well. I remember before we moved here, like she was, yeah, growing well. And, you know, she had flat mites the summer of 2022. Or she was growing well and then she like went downhill. I don't think I discovered them until 23 though, 2023. So this very same plant has been with me for a while. It just goes to show you like some plants, it's crazy like the struggles that you go through with them. And then all of a sudden like they'll finally start growing well for you. And then it seems like sometimes it's like it's worth it in a way, because if you really care and love a certain plant so much, I feel like you're willing to, at least for me, I'm like willing to do what I can to try and save it, and hopefully it grows well. She's so cute. So yeah, same thing. I'll add fertilizer next time I water her. I love her so much. This here is her bottom half. So this one is in my Aroid mix, and you can see some new leaves that are growing in up top, and then that's like a new shoot there in the middle, but this was like mostly reverted. Just gonna cut some of the crispiness away here. I might have underwatered her accidentally, so that's why I have more crisping than normal. There is a strand here in the middle that's growing in a little bit variegated here. There's like down in there. But I believe, so when she had flat mites, I ended up propagating the entire thing. And what I planted in here was mostly reverted, minus like the top growth that was coming out variegated. So I ended up like cutting this off, and this was all reverted that was left. So it kind of was like already starting out more reverted in a sense. But genetics are wild. Maybe a strand will randomly just give me like beautiful growth. Who knows? So yeah, she's in my Aroid mix, and I put her in here, I think it was earlier this year. So I feel like she should be good for a bit. I don't see like too many roots on the bottom yet. So my only Maranta that I need to take care of to get growing is my black Maranta. So that'll be my next pond transfer for Maranta. And the rest of mine, I have to repot. All my lemon limes and everything have not been repotted, but they're gonna stay in soil. It was just, I tested one lemon lime out in pond and it loves it. And then the light veins, this variegated one, and then my black Maranta, I'll do in pond. She's so cute. All right, I'm gonna clean up this little mess, get my pond stuff put away, and I'll be back on for the two Hoyas. We are back with the Hoyas. I got my little mess cleaned up, and let me show you the pots. So I'm gonna plant them in clear pots. They are 4 inches. I feel like that will be plenty. They'll be able to stay in them for a while. And I have 2 decorative pots that fit the clear pots perfectly. So those are a perfect fit. Now I was trying to decide which Hoya for which pot. I'm thinking the Polyneura for this one. It's like a gray and beige. I feel like that would look really good. It's a little bit of a contrast. And I'm thinking this one will stand out more with the all white. I think I'll do that. And trellises, let me show you what I have to work with. These are some new trellises I got recently. This is a set I got on Amazon. I think this was like 2 for $8. I got this because the other new Hoyas that I got, the seller posted her photos with these trellises in her plants, and I thought they were really cute, and I just did a search and found a similar one on Amazon. I don't know if this was the exact one that she was using, but one is black and one is green. They look like that. So I can link these down below if you're interested. I'm not sure if I should do this one or use these. These I purchased from Kim. She has a small business on Etsy. Her small business is D-Line Trading Company. So I have a bigger trellis that has a little like sun catcher charm. I used this already, but this one's kind of wide at the bottom, so I don't think that's going to fit in my pot. So I won't be able to use that one actually. And then these ones are acrylic, but they're a little bit more clear. So I feel like I have to use the smaller trellis. So I'm not sure what trellis I should do, but these are like just acrylic. So let's set those off to the side. And so I'm going to use my Aroid mix. I have that here. And then I'm going to water in this Maraful soil enhancer. I keep forgetting about this stuff. I've only used like maybe, I think I've only used this 3 times. And you're supposed to use 60 mils, which is 1/4 cup in a liter of water. But this is just going to help with any shock after you do a repot. If you're concerned, like if you've messed with the roots quite a bit and you feel like the plant might stress, if you water in like some kind of nutrient enhancer, it's just like a multivitamin, think of it that way. It'll help kind of lessen that shock. So I'm going to water that in with the Hoyas. I don't think I'll need it, but since I have it, I might as well use it. It'll just give them a little boost. So I'm going to do that instead of like my fertilizer this time. Let's do this one first. She's so pretty. Let's dump her out. So I got this one from the Planted Mama on Etsy, and I got the New Guinea Ghost from her as well. Yeah, that unboxing, I can't remember exactly when I did it, but they've been like kind of rooting in stratum for a while, so it's definitely time to get them potted up. Again, not really going to mess with the roots at all. And the stratum is dry, so it came off the root system pretty easily. You can see the root system there. It's like in the shape of the cup. It's so funny. So yeah, I'm just gonna plop and fill. I do sell my Aroid mix now if you're interested in trying it. I sell a 1 pound bag and then a 2 pound bag, and those are on my website, so I'll link it down below. It has New Zealand tree fern, it has fir bark, pumice, lava rock, vermiculite, charcoal, and coconut husk. So there's a lot of good stuff in here. I am soil free now. I still have plants in my old mix, but as I like eventually repot plants, they'll eventually be all in this, the ones that aren't in pond. So I'm gonna stick this here so I don't make a mess. Put a little bit down in here like so. Yeah, just stick it right down the middle and then fill up around. This mix is extremely aerated. I usually water once a week in this mix, but it depends on the specific plant, because that makes a difference, and then it depends on, you know, your particular environment and how warm and humid your conditions are can really affect how a plant grows, and then again how rooted the plant is. The cocoa chips hold on to moisture as well as like pumice and stuff, but there's so many pieces in here that make it so aerated. I thought I heard thunder, but it's sunny out. I wonder if a storm's coming. See, she looks so cute in here. I love this plant so much. This vine here just has my heart. All right, we will water her in just a second. Let me sit. Oh, do I want to add a trellis to this one or let this one trail? I have my other one trailing. What do you think? Should I add a trellis to this one? Maybe I can add a temporary trellis. Let me open this up. I did a couple Hoyas recently with you guys. They're in my east window. I'm looking at them. I can show you an update on them at the end. I actually need to water them. But they're growing in a lot. I'm going to propagate, I feel like, maybe soon. So that's what that looks like. I'll link her Etsy down below too. I think I'll just add this in here for now, just because it's really cute. Oh, I do want to take a cutting. I feel like once I get a few more leaves, I'll take a cutting. Oh my goodness, you guys, I seriously cannot. I just cannot. Look how stinking cute this is. This is so adorable. Look how cute. This has become my favorite Hoya. I love my regular Polyneura so much that I got this one, and you know, I recently got the inner variegated, and then I might have purchased another one. Maybe another type of Polyneura. I'm gonna water this in a second. Let's do the other one and then I'll water them at the end. So it should be here. They haven't shipped it yet, so I imagine I'll probably get it later next week. So I might do like another unboxing or something. All right, so a new Guinea Ghost. This one is very dry. Recently I've fallen in love with like silver Hoyas. So yeah, I have a few saved in my Etsy that I might be tempted to pull the trigger on. All right, so let's see how well rooted this strand over here is, because this one I cut, but I do see roots. This Hoya is so root bound in here. Okay, so not a ton of roots, but it's rooting nicely. So I think I'll leave this in the stratum cup, this one here. And there is a node right here that might grow some leaves. So if that does, I might like sell this as a cutting, or I might just prop it again. Okay, there's still quite a bit of stratum on this one, but look at that root system. Isn't that crazy? I'm gonna quickly rinse this under my sink and then, yeah, we'll pot this up. So it's literally like one big root ball. Isn't that crazy? How much this plant rooted in the stratum. In order to get like soil kind of in between here, I don't wanna like go digging in here too much. I'll just have to carefully make sure the soil can kind of get like in there a little bit. So same thing, I'm gonna add some soil in here. Aroid mix. Oh. Okay, about like that, and then we'll fill up. Okay. Oh, it's like where'd my other ones go? I might just stick with the clear ones for today. This one will outgrow this trellis though very quickly. Let's see. All right, it's cute, it's cute. That's what that one's looking like. I'm gonna stick this back in some stratum. There's our little propagation. All of my water containers are in use right now, so I'm going to use a plastic cup to water over. I could just take them to the sink, but since I have my setup here, we'll just water over this. So let's give this a good shake. Okay, it's not as bad when I first used it. When I first used this, it had such a fishy smell. And this is going to go into our liter makeshift watering thing. That just like instantly drains, which is what I like. I love that. Adorable. Such a good choice. And this one, I'm not loving this pot so much now for this one. This one is going to be cuter. Oh yes, I can already tell, much cuter. I'm going to dump this back in here. And we're going to water this one. I am in love. She is so cute and adorable. I seriously love this plant so much. So there's the two Hoyas. Let me give you a quick update on the other two that I did in that one video, and then I'll give you an overview of what they all look like here, and then yeah, that'll be it for this video. So in that video, I did this Hoya here. This one is the Croniana Super Silver, I believe. It's actually growing a ton. It has like a vine all the way down here now. I'll anchor this on the trellis, but I did like the same situation. I didn't do a clear pot, but I used one of my pots, and we already have roots escaping out of there, but it's in my Aroid mix. And it seems really happy. Obviously it's growing a ton. So cute. I love this one. This is the one that's thirsty. I need to water this one like ASAP. You can see the leaves are wrinkly. They're very thin and papery feeling, but this is like an entire new vine that has grown. Since doing that video, it's growing a ton. And I think I did this one in a clear pot. Yes, and you can see all the roots that are growing in there. So yes, I will water this guy. I'll probably just water with the stuff I was using because I have it here. Here is the ones that we did today. They're gorgeous. The black velvet, so pretty. The Maranta, and then the two Hoyas. So that's it for today. I really hope you enjoyed. I had a lot of fun. I love doing like these cute little repots, pot ups. It's nice, like other than doing like rehabs or moss pull stuff, I don't know. I feel like I don't really pot up too much or like pot new plants up in a way. I don't know. It's probably my favorite planty thing to do is pot new plants up and just, yeah, get them started and have them start to grow. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know if there's anything that you want to talk about down in the comments, and I'll talk to you again here soon.